I'm going to be interviewing you. First question. Where were you born?
Mosinee, Wisconsin.
How many people were in your family? Names, older or younger?
There was six. There was a total of six. Five of them. Four were older and one was younger.
Okay. Describe your elementary school. How was it different than now?
It was a two-room schoolhouse, and I had 1 through 4 was in the other, and 5, 6, 7, and 8 was in the other room.
How did you travel to school? Was it different than now?
No, I went on a bus.
Okay. Do you remember any of your teachers? Describe who you remember.
Mrs. Riedel was a motherly, little short teacher
Okay.
that took care of. She was so good with the little
people.
kids, the young kids. She was just a mother, but she taught reading, writing, and arithmetic and everything else, good stuff. And then Mrs. Kudla was the other room teacher that was older. She was actually the principal of the school.
And the teacher?
And the teacher. And it was just two in there. And she was, you could hear her through the door. There was a big double sliding door in the school. And at times when we had programs, or they'd slide the doors open so the whole school was one big room. And you could hear her sometimes raise her voice at some of the older boys, and maybe even the girls too. So by the time we went into there, we didn't smart off.
What type of games did you play at school with your friends?
Well, when the weather was bad, we played marbles in the basement of the school. They had two big circles in the basement. In fact, one circle was a league. It was, you could, if you played in that one, it's the same as the one in the big school, and the same one if you went to Wisconsin Dells, because marbles was a big thing back then. Then there also was a baseball field. It was like a hay field, and it had a fence around it, so the cows couldn't get in. And that part of it had like chicken wire on, so the ball wouldn't go through. We also had one basketball thing, hoop, and guess what? It was dirt. It wasn't even a wooden floor or anything.
Okay. Describe one memory from school. Anything. One friend, whatever.
Let me think. If you need to think, you can always stop it.
Yeah. I had a couple of things here, but that I was thinking about, but one of them was pull away.
Pump on pull play.
Yeah.
Or whatever you played.
They would start out with like 3 guys in the middle, or 4 guys, and then they'd say pump on pull away, and you'd run across the field, and the other guys would tackle you.
Fuck, sounds fun.
Yeah, there was kids that got hurt though.
Well, I would imagine.
You know, but back then they were
Right, you
stuck
get
hole
back
and
up
crying. They'd go in by the teacher, and the teacher would, rub a little liniment on them and give them some.
Kisses. You're okay.
You're okay. Get your butt out there. I mean that wasn't.
Right.
Just describe a stuffed animal as a child if you had one. Like a little thing you played with, a toy.
A toy, any kind of.
I had a couple hanging right there on that red shed. The hames on a horse that comes down, and you buckle it together on the harness.
Yeah.
We had a lot of them. Old harnesses. That's what we used for a gun.
That's pretty good. What types of clothes did you wear to school? Just your regular farm school?
We had flannel, flannel pants. Every year before school started, we were bought a pair of shoes, flannel pants, and a long sleeve shirt. Sometimes later on, when I got older, they bought us a short sleeve shirt because sometimes it was August, it was warm, September.
Okay, what memory did you have as a child in your childhood, like out of school?
Roller skating. We would go up the dance hall up by Wanzel's X and 153. There was a dance hall there, and that's where we'd go roller skating in the big dance hall.
Oh yeah.
What or how did you decide on the job you have or had as an adult?
My older brothers went to the foundry and worked in the foundry, and they got paid good. You had to work hard, but it paid good. So I went to Milwaukee to go to work in the foundry where Brother John and Brother Paul was.
At what age did you finish school and begin work?
This is a good story here. I went down. Actually, I was working for a contractor here when I was like 16, but I was still going to school. I graduated from high school when I was 17 because my birthday's August 29th. So August 29th, actually it was August 26th, I went to Milwaukee and I filled out my application for work. Doug would tell you the name of the guy. He was the personnel manager or whatever, right? He did the hiring. He looked at my application, and of course he knew of me because of my brothers being there. And he says, Ed, you're only 17. You can't come to work in the foundry until you're 18. And I says, I'll be 18 Monday. He says, good. I'll see you at 8 o'clock, or I'll see you at 6 o'clock Monday morning
Okay.
in my office, and I'll take you out and show you where you're going to work.
Okay.
So I started in the foundry when I was 18.
Wow. What are you most proud of?
Well, job-wise?
No, just whole
In
life.
general.
Oh, gosh. Turning my life over to Jesus,
Okay.
because everything changed.
Oh yeah. How does music affect your life? You like it?
I'm not,
That big into it?
no,
You're more
because
of radio?
like I always said,
Right, he's more radio.
Yeah.
if I'm I used to tease, when I was in the shower, singing in the shower, my children would holler and pound on the bathroom door.
No, we would not.
Grandpa! The
Well,
dog's
Dad.
howling, quit singing.
Do you have any memories of extreme weather? Like tornadoes or...
Or snowstorms or
You know, I can remember, but it wasn't really a big thing. I remember one time the ice was we had freezing rain. Ice was so bad that we were driving like a 55 Chevy, and we went up and we turned from the gravel road, because Ropel it was T road back, was gravel. We turned onto the blacktop on Maple Ridge, and we hit the brakes, and the car kept sliding, and the car slid over to the ditch. It actually slid sideways because the road was like this.
Like bowed? Or
Yeah,
like how they
it
make
was-
it so the rain walks
It
up,
slid
washes
over
out
to
there?
the ditch and went into the grass and stopped. Didn't go into the ditch, it slid over to the ditch.
Describe one memory of your birthdays. Any birthday.
like when you were young, did you have any like birthday parties or any get-togethers or any?
Ma always made cake, and that was a big thing. The birthday cake, and put candles in it, and sang happy birthday. And we always got
Little presents.
some kind of little thing. A lot of times it was
Homemade?
handmade, or whatever. And we just didn't run to the store back then, you know.
How did you meet your spouse, like Grandma Sherry?
Through Uncle Dennis. Uncle Dennis used to go over and shoot pool there and shoot pool with her.
So through your brother.
Yeah, through my brother. He's the one.
Okay.
And I thought, well, holy cow.
How'd you choose the names of your children?
I didn't. I think Grandma.
Grandma Sherry did.
Yep, that's true. And Uncle Nathan.
Have
Uncle
you
Nathan named Tanya.
Oh,
have you ever learned a lesson from making wrong choices?
yes. Everybody should learn lessons from making wrong choices. Adversities make you change. And that should.
Yep.
What's your
That's the way God made us.
Well, this is kind of like your birthday one. What is your favorite memory from a holiday, except your birthday, kind of like Christmas, stuff like that?
Favorite holiday. I think it was a Thanksgiving, and it was a meal, and everybody got together. And I don't know if the picture's here or the picture was
Downstairs.
maybe downstairs in that box of stuff. It was a picture of all of us sitting there, and then they stood out. What's going on?
Nothing.
Oh, thank you.
How? Oh,
You know, and I remember Uncle Ted, he's the oldest. And he bent down behind us so he looked more our size. But Uncle Paul, he was a tall, lean guy, so he was taller. And he looked like, whoop, and all of us were smaller on that picture. And we always teased, well, Ted, you really shrunk. He said, well, I bent down to be your height. You know, that's just the way Uncle Ted was,
Right.
you know.
what is a piece of advice you would give someone my age?
Be a Christian.
Your faith.
What are the most important
Have faith.
characteristics of a friend, a good friend, like a best friend? What's your best friend?
He has integrity, and he ain't afraid to tell you when you're wrong.
Okay. Can you tell me 3 best memories of your whole entire life? When your kids were born, something like that.
Right there when his kids are born. Best memories. I'm just kidding.
You can think one. Okay, it's rolling.
3 best things that happened was me stop drinking and changing my life. It was the grace of God, and then my children being born was wonderful. Every time it was a joyful time, even when I was drinking. And the third thing was, I guess, the warmth and the love that was in our family. It was just, I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
my dad drank and stuff, but you know, it still was. Ma was the loving. Always had time to. I remember her, but when we was young, we used to run so much in the woods and stuff that our legs would hurt, the calves of our legs. And I remember my mother sit down here on the couch. And I don't know, she knelt down by the couch and she took liniment, or she just rub them,
Yeah.
rub the stuff. I don't know. Nowadays, say you shouldn't. Could get a blood clog. Well, none of us got a blood clog, and we made it,
Okay.
and it sure helped. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, it's fine. This is the
Well,
one.
there's
what-
more.
Yeah, there's 11 more we got. What can one generation learn from your generation? That's the big one. You want time to think? You want me to stop it?
Well, I think the big thing that the generation now can learn is responsibility of your job and saving money. And paying your bills.
Yep. Okay, what was your first car? Your first car.
My first car. Like a 55 Hudson.
Oh, that's pretty good. How much did it cost? Did you buy it or you want me to stop it?
I think it was $50.
Oh, wow.
No, you could buy $100 cars all over.
Yeah, I bet.
But your dad remembers that. So
What was your favorite thing about your house, this house today? Like, cool, I don't know. You want me to stop it? You got one?
The fact that it was your parents, ain't it? Isn't that influence?
Well, yeah. I think the nicest thing was that I bought it, and I got back to my old stomping ground where I grew up.
Yep.
The security of our neighborhood, the good neighbors, the friends. So
What was your favorite fishing memory?
catching a lake trout.
Oh, the lake trout downstairs, the big one?
Yeah.
I bet that would have been pretty fun. What's your favorite thing about farming as a kid? Or when you growing up?
Well, at first it was to get to drive the horses.
I bet.
And then to drive a tractor was wow. Because I remember my dad standing on the back of the tractor and, get ready, you're going to have to hit the brakes a little bit and turn, you know.
Where did your family originate? Like,
My head parents?
no, where our family originated from.
Poland.
Poland, and Ma come from, she was French Canadian.
Oh,
And they come up, I think they were originally in Canada, because there's some native,
Oh, yep.
native ancestry in them. American Indian or
Was Grandpa born here, or he was born?
Grandpa Swinkowski was born here.
Okay.
Oh, wow. What year and where were you born?
I was born.
Down the road?
I don't know for sure if I was born in a hospital or not, but I was born in Marathon County, and when
51 off the top, yeah.
yeah, and it was actually Chronowetter. So my records of birth are in Wausau because that's the
Yeah, Big Bowl Falls, there would have been.
yeah.
Was Grandpa's brothers born in Poland?
Okay,
I don't know if this was a question you need.
no,
No.
you can shut it
You
off.
can
'Cause
stop, yeah.
And we're on another question. What was your bedroom like as a kid? Here.
here,
Well, wherever your bedroom.
oh, down there.
Yeah.
We went up the steps, and there was you stepped in there. You stepped up again, and then there was a bunch of windows like a bay window here. There was a bed here, a double bed here, a big full-size bed, and a full-size bed here. You could walk in between them. Right in the middle, there was a little nightstand, and it was kind of like a half a closet. There was no top on it, no shelves or nothing. There was a bar going across, but underneath it was a big dresser. We slept 3 in that bed and 3 in that bed.
Wow.
Till my brother Ted got married, then we slept 4 because his wife was there. No, that's a joke, Dad
I
always
know,
said.
I
That's a joke. But no, when he moved out, then we didn't. But you know what? Me being young, and even Uncle Dennis, we got to sleep in the middle and we were warm.
Nice and warm.
Because there was no heat up there.
Right.
Ma and Pa sometimes, if it was real hot down in the house and downstairs, they'd open the upstairs door, and the heat would go up there enough so that the windows would frost up because then there was more heat there
Right.
and stuff.
How many grandkids do you have?
Well, I got 7, and one's in heaven.
Someone just pulled in, but
Who in the heck is that?
I have no idea. As a kid, what job did you want? Last question.
I don't know. I always wanted to be a veterinarian. Because my dad took me to all these people's places to help, because I was strong and my hands were small. I could reach in and turn calves around and pull them out and all this kind of stuff. Or even if they got cut or something, we'd put porcelain mint or something on them.
Yep.